Hello, welcome to Lori's DIY Life. This is Lori. Everything's a mess here, but I was going through my stamps and stuff and trying to do some organizing and putting them into binders, and I came across the stamp set that I had been looking for to do a Thanksgiving thing, and so I kind of decided to do it in watercolor since the background papers aren't watercolor. So what I'm going to do is take my stamp, and I couldn't even find my rock block or a stamp pad or anything, and so I'm going to use a folder from my diamond press machine. I'm going to use aqua markers, earth. If I can get them open. I found it. I just got this one set real quick because, like I said, I was actually doing something else. Then I came across this stamp and thought, oh, here we go. So I'm going to take these markers and I'm going to use, excuse me, clay on this pumpkin. And it's kind of hard to see right now. Because it's a rubber stamp. And so the only picture is on the other side of the stamp. So, but I'm gonna hope. I've got some green here. Hopefully we'll get it good. Here's some some leaves. If not, then we'll just be open to it being what it is. How about that? Some leaves there. Something coming out here. I think that's part of the thing. Okay. I have a flint. And you can see I'm using the brush side, the big side, not the little nib side. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? I'm doing this on my phone because my computer right now is uploading a previous video. I'm going to use, this looks like the same color, Pleat or Pete. I think that's what it was. I don't know if I'd already put another color on that or not. Okay. And I used the bramble on this. So I'm not doing it perfect. Nope. I'm not. Oh, there looks like an ear corn that I probably missed. Well, we just go artsy here and not worry about that too much right now. Okay, I'm adding in another color just to give it a little bit of depth or whatever it's going to need. It's a big stamp, but I'm going to huff on it anyways. Okay, and I'm not going to want to rock it or shake it. I'm just going to apply some pressure. Let it kind of sit there. I hope I didn't just jar it. For anybody that doesn't know, it's a cornucopia. Okay, that was one pretty wet stamp. Okay, the only... right there I kind of missed. Brush I really had was this water brush, and I'm not crazy about using those, because see what happens? It just kind of decides when to release the water by itself. And I don't like that. I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing, even if I can't. So I'm just taking and moving the color from the markers. And I'm going to start with the light colors is what I did. And I think this is kind of green over here, and we want to try to kind of keep some color in it. We don't want it all to turn brown. So if that means going through and wiping off that brush, then go through and wipe off the brush. Now remember, this is watercolor, and with watercolor, you know, the water is going to move the color, and so you don't get perfect you don't get perfect colors. You don't get, you know, you let the water and the color kind of do its thing, and you control what you can, and you just relax on the rest of it. Now see, it would have been nice if I had known what was in the picture, so when I go to do this next time, I will stamp an image of it first, and just go with it from there. Those markers were really wet. Okay, what do you think so far? I hope you can see it, because like I said, I got you on my phone because I did have another going. Now I'm going to start at this end and work my way around now. And because I want to let this dry a little bit so these colors don't all run together. I don't want to pull all the color. I want there still to be some depth to it. See, to me, the cornucopia or horn of plenty, whatever you call it, is the most important part of this. So I'm being a little bit more careful with it than I was with the vegetables. Because that's kind of more what I want to stand out and be something. And I don't. There we go. Okay, now I'll come in and touch up and the corn. So I also thought the colors were going to be a little more different than this. From looking at the picture, I don't know. I guess see, one of them looks kind of black, and well, I guess that does kind of look black. Anyways, so there's the cornacopia. I'm fairly happy with the way it turned out. Okay, now I've got the 6x6 card, and I've got these background papers that I made, and we have to figure out which ones we want to use. Ooh, that's not bad. Ooh, this is definitely out of the question. I think it's too light. Out of the question. I think that's too light. Oh, this might be a good one. Do you see that? That one might be too dark. Maybe this one. Oh. Is that going to be too much brown for this? That might be it right there. Let me see what else we've got. This purple. I don't know about that one, but that kind of doesn't look too bad either. And that's too much color. We've got some good choices here. I think I'm going to go with this one. So I've got such a mess in here, and I need my paper trimmer, don't I? What have I done with my paper trimmer? Oh, I'm telling you, I was in here arranging. Well, I'm going to have to trim it myself, and you're just going to have to forgive me if it's not perfect. Because I don't know what I did with it right now. Darn. That's the stamping thing. I can't believe I moved it from its spot. That's the paper trimmer. It's not supposed to go anywhere. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this corner to here. So, this is a scary, scary thing. You know, I'm thinking I cut that with it. Did I just get lucky with that or what? I don't know. But let's move on. Okay. That's about how it's going to be. I just can't believe how long these videos take to upload on this, onto YouTube. But it takes my computer a long time to get it uploaded on. And then once it gets on YouTube, YouTube processes it. And so, I'm telling you. And so I a lot of times have videos that don't even make it. Now, is that going to be too big? A little bit. Okay, so let me trim it down some more. I don't want to cut the card like. I just want to cut our backing piece. Okay. I wonder if I'll be able to find my glue. I did. Huh. Okay. I think with the purple and green, I was thinking more like Halloween, and it actually ended up looking pretty decent on that, with that cornucopia up next to it. Okay, so I don't know which way I want this to lay, so I'm just going to put it on. Not too bad for cutting it myself, huh? No. I might have to go back and trim it a little bit. Anyways. Now the cornucopia. See how much that water has taken it together? Okay, what I want to do, I want to put some around, you know what I mean? A little bit around so that it looks, but I don't really know what color. Maybe this real light. Oh, yeah. Watch it not be light. Boy, these markers are really wet. Oh. That didn't hardly have any color. I don't want to move that color, you know, from the cornucopia. I do not want that color to move. It's almost like somebody already added water to these watercolors. Now I'm going to do, I wonder if I should, I'm just going to leave it and cut it. But I'm not going to really do a fussy cut on it. I'm going to just kind of trim a little bit away at a time. Does that make sense? Just a little bit. And you know, it might have been nice to have like a framed eye or something that to cut it out with. That might have been nice. Then I could have worked a little bit more and done better background on it. Okay. I didn't cut very straight. That looks like it's going up. So I'm going to trim a little bit more up here. And calling it done with that part. Probably going to be kind of a thick card because the background is on watercolor paper and this is on watercolor paper. So let me see. Just stick that on here and then does that look pretty? I think that looks pretty. I might be fixing to ruin it. We'll find out. Sometimes more is more. Sometimes more is too much, but we'll see what's going to happen. I want to do give thanks just because that's what I like. So I'm going to take the cornacopia off of here. I put him on here. I'm going to put the give thanks on here. I'm going to pick the dark one. That's not dark. That's the little tiny nib. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to use the watercolors again. I'm going to stick with the same colors. I'm going to do give thanks. Okay, it didn't come out real good. So I am going to add it to the background since that didn't come out so good. Because with a rubber stamp, it kind of makes it hard to see where you're going, so you can't stamp back over it. You know what I mean? Stamp off the page a little bit. Maybe I should just leave that. Well, let me do this here. A good give thanks here. That one did turn out pretty good. Okay. Now, see, I was going to go in with these other vegetables and stuff, but maybe we better just leave it right here. I think So I was kind of wanting to do a little bit around the border. But maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it here. I think it looks good. So we used the watercolor background that I made that day that I know y'all thought was going to be too ugly to use, but look how good that looks for fall. Now I might do a cutout. Let's see if I can get the give thanks good. Let me do that right now. Oh wait, we got all that give thanks. Will that fit on there? Just. Okay, let me try it. But I'll try it in the green, I guess. That's the wrong. Now the thing about rubber stamps, you don't have to worry about them needing to be primed or anything. Okay, I'm pushing hard. I'm sorry I did it out of your sight. Ooh, that was one wet marker, let me tell you. I have never seen markers this wet. And that's just nuts. Right about right there. And that's going to have to be cleaned. It's so wet. Right there's good, and I'm going to use some foam tape and pop it up. I bought it in yesterday, might as well use it, right? Oops, this one's not the one I used. Oh well. Oh, see, that was my computer. I wonder what's up with that. Maybe it's finished. Okay, that didn't have the double-sided no more, so we're going to pull that off. And I'll have to get that later. Okay. See, that's still wet, and that spooks me out. One wrong move. Maybe it's drier than it looks. And I think I know who is exactly going to get this card. Ooh. Maybe here. There we go. There we go. So what do you all think? I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, I made my own background paper. Put some stamps to add to it. did the watercolor, so it all kind of goes together. Watercolor marker on the tag. I like it. It might be a little artsy, but it's cool, I think. So, okay. Thanks for joining me. Hit that subscribe and that like button and notification bell, and thank you for joining me, and please join me again.